Since Ford came out with the super cab trucks, the super crew, the extended cab trucks, there's been a problem with the rear seat and storage behind the rear seat. They've done a good job on the seat bottoms and storage under the seat bottom, but the seat back, there's always been a lot of area behind the seat back that could be utilized for storage in these trucks. They've gone the right way, and that they put a latch in the 40-60 split seat so that you can access a jack that they store back here. Gains you some additional storage in the back here, but there's also storage behind the 60% part, and they went the right way. They didn't make it as hard as the older trucks, but because there is a latch on that side, but it's a latch that's intended to use a tool. Now, as a disclaimer, if you have a truck that has the amp and the subwoofer behind the rear seat, you still don't get a lot of storage, but you do get some additional storage, and I'll show you that just in a minute. My truck has that. This is a kit from BuiltRight Industries that fits the 2009 through 2014 F-150 and F-150 Raptor Super Crew. These models can utilize 2 of these latch release kits, one for each side of the 60/40 rear seat. It also fits the 2015 to 2023 F-150 and F-150 Raptor Super Cab and Super Crew. This is what I'm showing in the video. Now the 2017 and 2023 F-250 and F-350 Super Cab and Super Crew also have similar rear seats. And those models also just use a single kit on the driver's side. The bracket just uses 2 holes that pick up the 2 T30 screws. And there's a tab on the bracket to help keep the clevis on the latch. And then a slot for the strap so that you can get to it when the seat is latched. This is a product brochure that came in the box from BuiltRight Industries. Lists a bunch of the other stuff that they make. So the idea here is lift up the seat bottom all the way. That causes the seat to come up and out. Gives you more room with your hand behind here. Otherwise, if it's down, there's hardly any room for your fingers here. But you can get your whole hand down in here. And you want the latch mechanism to be up in the bracket. And I'll show you what I mean after I unlatch it. And usually just a small size, this is 7/16 combination wrench. And I'm using the box end of it to get around the latch. Once you find it, it's relatively easy. So you can see for my truck, I have the power amp and then the subwoofer behind the rear seat. But if you didn't have those, you'd have a lot of storage space back here. Now, if I'm going to store something back here, first thing is to gain access to fix my latch, and the second thing is I would do something with these wires to protect the wires to make sure nothing's going to happen with these wires. You can see the wire coming to the seat back here, and then the wires for the subwoofer here. You want to make sure you're protecting that. So here's the trick to it. Here's the strike that's mounted to the rear wall, and this pin moves up and down to give you the seat movement. And here's the latch, and you can see here's the pin, but you want to be on this side to get the pin here, and you just put the wrench around it and then pull up here. And this latch then is in between the bracket here. That's why you need it to be all the way up. that puts the latch up here to where you can get at it. Otherwise, that latch is down in here. So once you move the seat back all the way up by bringing the seat bottom up, then that brings the latch up here, and then you can find this little tab right here. And that's the tab that you're going to use for that little plastic clevis on the kit. So that's the trick. You need, if you have the seat bottom all the way up, then it gets your latch up and it gets it out of the strike right here. So you can see here, this moves up and down, and you can tell also that this doesn't move very much. Generally, it's probably over the lifetime of the truck, it wasn't intended to move much. But if you're going to get back here periodically, then you probably want to lube this. You can tell the other side had lithium grease on it. This side looks pretty much dry. And I haven't really explored the idea of putting the other latch on this side. That's a possibility. We should look at that quick. So look how this is mounted. It's got a tab here that goes into the rear wall, and then just one bolt. And this, of course, has the 2 screws that we're going to reuse. So if we go back to over on the right hand side, the passenger side, oh, you can tell it's got similar. It's got 1 bolt for the strike, and then this. But the way it's mounted to the seat, the latch is mounted to the seat, the bolts, or the 2 Torx head screws, are mounted horizontally instead of vertically. So that's probably a non-starter there. And then of course the seat's designed to have the pole go through the seat here. It goes right here onto the latch. So again, the 2 T30 Torx screws. Okay, let's start with the clevis in the right orientation. So the flat spot is towards the latch. Feed the strap up through. Oops. There we go. So the clevis is sandwiched between the bracket and the latch. And then it's simply a matter of put it back against the seat and installing the 2 T30 Torx screws. Okay, there we go. So here's the pole right here. It just sticks up there. It's easy to pull and release. It's a little finicky going back together. You have to raise the seat back up and put it in. And then it's attached. So that concludes the video. If you found it helpful, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe. I look forward to your comments.